day 5 homework, we're going to get set up. Some of them they are going to do independently, but I do want to talk about a few of these questions. So on number 1, they're given a table. They're used to seeing a table. They're used to reading the title in the table, what the categories are represented by in the table. So it shows the cost of some items that Tina is thinking about buying to decorate her home. So we have the different types of items and the price. Here's our question. Tina, she'll only be able to purchase and buy 3 of the items today. So in class, we've been taught that anytime we see word form of a number, we write that digit 3 so it pops out. We don't just scan over it. We're looking for what is the total cost of the 3 lowest priced items. So we know that we need 3. We know that we're looking for the total. We know that if we're looking for a total, we are going to be using our math process of addition. So we know we need 3. So we set that up in our strict diagram, meaning we're going to put our parts together to form our whole. They're used to doing that in class. And we need our 3 lowest. So now this is going back to place value. If we take a look at our chart for the price, the cost, we can plug in our place value chart, our ones, tens, and hundreds here. And as we're going down each of these items, well, if we have $78, we have not reached 100 yet. I'm going to plug in a 0. We have not yet reached 100 on 64. Plug in your 0. Now, we've been taught that when we compare numbers, if we're looking for the 3 lowest, we start at our biggest place value that we have. So we have 100, 200, no hundreds, 100, and no hundreds. Again, we're looking for the 3 lowest. We know that we have no hundreds here, so belonging to 78 and 64. We need 1 more, the next lowest item. Now here we have 108, 200, and 112. We know that 200 is the greatest number. That's not going to be it. We're down to these last 2. 108 and 112, if we go to the tens place, we know that 0 is less than 1. We know that our number 108 is our 3rd lowest priced item. Now, your student on their own, they're going to form their parts, put together their parts to formulate their total, meaning they're going to put together 78 and 64. Once they have that total of these 2 parts, they're going to then add it to our last part of 108 to bring our total of our 3 lowest items here. So they can go ahead and start working on that on their own. Number 2, a doll store ordered 63 model home sets. This same number, so that is a key word we need to recognize, the same number of model home sets is placed on each of the 9 shelves. How many model home sets are on each shelf? So we recognize that we're talking about same number of things on each of the shelves. We know that with a keyword of each, we are either going to multiply or divide. Now take a look at what we're given. Are we getting more model home sets? No. If we're not, we're going to be dividing out our total. Now take a look. We have 63. The same number are going to be on each, divided out, separated out, into 9 shelves. I like to take it back to something that they recognize, so we know that shelves go like this. Well, there's 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shelves. Now, we know that we're going to put 1 on each shelf until we have 63. So your student on their own can go ahead and separate out, putting 1 on each shelf until we get to our total. And then they'll find their quotient, their answer to their division problem here. Number 3, a boys club went on a 4-mile hike to Lake Henry. 7 boys each caught 5 catfish, but 3 boys did not catch any fish at all. We're looking for the equation, the number sentence, to determine, to figure out how many catfish that the boys caught. Now here we notice that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 digits in our problem. But let's take a look at what these digits mean. This represents 4 miles. If I go back to my questions, are we asking anything about a 4-mile hike? No. So I know that that's not going to be a factor. I don't care about the 4-mile hike. We want to know how many catfish that the boys caught. Well, we know that there's 7 boys. Each one of them, every single one of them, caught 5, but 3 did not. Well, we don't care about the 3 boys that did not catch any fish. We only care about the boys that caught fish. So that's extra information as well. So now we know that we have 7 boys, each caught 5 catfish. So if we want to represent the 7 boys here, every single one of them each caught 5. Well, here we're multiplying to find our total number of fish caught. So we have 5 7 times. And then they can go ahead and find the product, matching up to their equation here. Number 4, Mrs. Hancock drew a rectangle on the board. As soon as we see rectangle and it's not given to us, we draw it. We know that a rectangle has 4 sides. Opposite sides are equal and congruent. The longest side was 59 centimeters long. We've also been taught to label our unit of measurement. And the shortest side was 36 centimeters long. We need to find the perimeter of the rectangle. Well, to find the perimeter, we're looking for the distance around the board. So the way that we find perimeter, rim, it's the outside, we add all sides. Well, we have 4 sides in a rectangle. So again, your strict diagram, we're going to draw 3 lines to give us 4 boxes to plug in our sides. Well, we know 2 of the sides were given. But if it's a rectangle, we already know that the opposite sides are equal and congruent. So we'll go ahead and label it, and then we'll plug it in. Now, you're a student on their own. Take their parts again. Add 59 and 36. Find your total, plug it in. Again, you have 59 and 36, which would be your same sum. Then put these 2 parts together to form your total, your whole. This would be the perimeter, the distance around that rectangle. Number 5, we need to use a standard algorithm to solve this equation below. Standard algorithm means we are lining it up according to place value. We've also been taught how to solve a 2-digit by 1-digit number with a partial product method, where we break it apart according to place value, such as 90 plus 2 times 6. But here it's asking for the standard way to solve it. So of course we loop our one's place value and multiply. And I will go over this because my class does need more practice this way. So 2 times 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. If we have 12, it has 1 10 and 2 ones. Again, paying attention to that place value. We're going to ignore this for now. Multiply the diagonal, 9 times 6. Now in class, we've been taught a trick with the 9s with our hands. With our 9s, we go over 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I have a bended finger. I have 5 fingers on this side, 4 on this side. I have 54. Now 9 times 6 is 54. Now we must add that 1 we brought over. So 54 plus 1 more is 55. All right, so these are our 5 questions. We most likely will have homework again tomorrow. Have a good night. Message me if you have any more questions.